Hello and welcome to Glenleathann, and something different. Uh, Going to be a very long one, but um, I should really be asleep now. But yeah, anyway, that's for another day. So Glenleathann, what could I possibly be doing on Glenleathann? Map's been out a couple of months now. Well, technically a couple of months, but in reality it's only been out just over a month, because it didn't get long before it was taken down the first time. Um, so that is in the past, and we have some new things coming for Glenleathann. One of them is new starting equipment, and purposely made to be dirty, so it's used. From this, amazingly. Apparently the tractor doesn't need to be cleaned, but the silage forks do. Okay. Anyway, so starting equipment. One. You now do not start in there. You still get your fence, because it's, even though it's small, it's actually very useful. A lot more useful than you think. You still get your John Deere 300 horsepower, but now you also get a bigger Massey, which is 300 horsepower. So you got two good tractors to build from. These are your workhorse tractors, and this one's a front loader as well. So that's kept that kind of setup just a bigger Massey for this particular map. Still get the same combine. Obviously, as we saw, you get the wheel loader. You still get the pickup. Still get the trailer header, but now in corn headers, you have a different header. You have a foldable corn header, so you don't need to buy a header trailer or take the grain header off and swap the headers over onto the trailer. You can just drive with it on the front. You still get your stone picker, mulcher, but you've lost your subsoiler and now you have a plough. Mystic will be happy. A real plough. Still keep your cultivator, seeder, planter, roller, sprayers, all of that good stuff all the way down through the rest. Obviously the wheel loader, silage forks you get as well, and a leveler for your pit work. But you also have a new baler, because although common, round bales for silage, I wanted, you got a clamp on the map, so, or on your main farm, and what's the point in doing silage bales if you've got a clamp, or what's the point in doing clamp work if you've got a silage baler that can do a combi baler? Now, if you want to do silage bales, you got to buy or lease the wrapper, or you can do clamp work. It's entirely up to you. Sell the wheel loader, buy a wrapper. Sell the stone picker if you don't do stones. You're not stuck with the way that you want to go. So that's the starting equipment. The other change is within these. We can't do anything with these at the moment because we haven't got the money to do it, because I just wiped out my funds. So we will get a bit of money behind us, and which brings us to productions. And we should go and fill that up. Presumably on the other side would be a lot more beneficial. So fill this up, and we will fill this up. And now we can jump back to our easier. Skip the time. We will have a lot of money after this, but I needed to do this because I'm also testing one thing. There we go. Bit dark. Let's lighten it up a little bit. So I said I wouldn't make another map, and I'm not. Never said I wouldn't tweak things. So, and that's kind of what I've been doing. Playing around in the XML files, seeing how I want to do things. Lime can now be put in the solid fertilizer bin and solid fertilizer. But what's unique is normally you buy one, you can't put another one in. Enough money. I do now. As you can see there, solid fert, lime, bottom right corner, both of them are in there. So now this can store both build types. Same for this can store liquid and herbicide together. So you haven't got to have two of these, one for each type. And the Karma can also support as normal, but now instead of having one or the other, you can have both. You don't need two of those. Nothing changed with the silo, it's still a multi-fruit silo. But there is something else that's changed on the map. And I say the map because it's not just on this yard. And it's not the layout of any of the farmyards. If you go into build menu, go to sell something, they're going to cost you money to remove the items. Obviously, because I just bought liquid and lime and fertilizer in here, I would get money back as well. Or should do. 17,500 from harvest income, but it cost me 3,464 to sell the building. And that is for anything that you want to sell on here will cost you money. The more expensive it is to place down, the more money it'll cost to remove. And the other thing is all of these buildings on all the farmyards are now there regardless of your game difficulty, thanks to a poll that I put up on Discord. Seems to be the popular way that people like to have their farmyard set up. Even though I was getting DMs saying, can we have it so you don't have all the buildings on there? Now I put a poll up and it's the opposite way around. It's like, I'll just do it how I like to do it, but I will do it how Farmer Dad kept saying. Maybe, one of the testers, it'd be better if you actually got charged for removing as opposed to being paid to remove things and whatnot, because you can make a crap ton of money, especially on farms with multiple, or maps with multiple farms. Nothing changed out here, you still own the same fields. They have been addressed a little bit. They do give a bit more of a better yield. 64% out of a potential 100, however. I'm running precision farming. Without precision farming, you wouldn't have to do this. It would tell you straight off the bat, but with precision farming, you have to buy the land first. And now, potential yield is 98% out of a possible 100. So, much better yield off this grass field, and that is the same for all of the fields starting out on this map. They've all been set up like that. And hopefully that will help. So we've established that there's a lot going on that's changed already just here, but then there's the production side of things that's changed. Other than being able to store your methane now, that's why I didn't make any money, or hardly any money. If I'd set that to sell, I'd have made a lot more money. But yeah, your electric charge will automatically be sold per day or month. But methane, you can choose to sell it or not. It's entirely up to you. You can leave it building up and then get a huge amount of money afterwards. Your call. But electric charge, not so much. Soybean oil. You need that at the bakery. You also need sunflower oil, canola oil, and olive oil at the bakery. Some productions have been made a little bit more difficult, and this is only one of the productions that you need to be able to do certain things at the bakery. We've got corn flour and flour at the grain mill. Nothing new here. Yogurt, soy milk, pasteurized milk at the dairy. Cornbread, waffles, pancakes, soy bread, donuts, sandwiches, pizza and dough at the bakery. And as you can see, it takes all the different flours plus water and then it gives you flour. Nothing in the grape processing factory. Sugar, you now get a byproduct, you'll get yeast. Yeast you need to be able to, you need for bread. So you need to own the sugar mill before you can start making any of the bread types. And as you can see, you also need the oil mill. So sunflour, dough and yeast will give you bread. Same for cornbread, same for soy bread. But you need butter as well for the cornbread. Sandwiches will take all the bread types and give you a sandwich. Nothing changed on the fabric side. So we haven't got enough dough, but that's okay. We should be making more dough soon enough. Because dough we're making, yeah, we should easily be making enough dough for the month. So that's the production side, and all of these will spawn pallets out that you can then move around. And no new buildings have been added for these productions. They're just using all the base game buildings, which, as you know, are available in the build menu. Anything that has Glenleathann at the bottom, or what you can put down, which will have the new production types. So Just I've got a mod on that, like, rearranges everything. But yeah, the weather, everything else, that stayed exactly as is, and I wanted to incorporate this and make this a thing that you will use. So yeah, now you want to do silage without replacing anything that you start off with, you will have to do clamp work. And well, you could always, well, no, that's for a round baler, so exactly going to work. The T7. So something I've seen a lot of people do. They look at that vent and they go, sell it, not worth it. 150 horsepower, what's it going to do? Well, it can't run your mowers, technically. We can, but it's not meant to be able to, but it does. It can run your tedder, it can run your rake, it can run your leveler. It can be used for hauling, and it can run. No, I think that needs 150 horsepower actually. Correctly, the forage wagon. Yeah, but it can run it, but you'd struggle with it. It obviously can't run that, but it can run that, that, that header trailer. You can even go liming with it. I don't think you can run that. Oh, we can. It can do the mulching. It can just about do. You know, it would be able to do the rolling. I'm thinking of the weeder, aren't I? I think the weeder needs, or am I thinking of Riverview with 150 horsepower? Yeah, I'm thinking of Riverview, isn't it? Because there's the. I don't think I didn't give us a mulch. No, I did give a mulching. Yeah, they could do the mulching as well. So you would struggle with the plough, and obviously these parts it would definitely not be able to do. But if you think of all the other jobs, you're freeing up your larger tractors to do the bigger things, which is what you'd have them do, and then you'd have your fence doing the smaller light wheel light job. And I see all the time people get a tractor and they don't. They go for the big tractors, even though they don't need the big tractors for the job that they've got the implement for. They just want bigger, better, but the implement is small, requires much less horsepower. I would rather have 4 of them than one big tractor, personally. Easier to go around, cheaper to run, cheaper to replace if you need to, and some of the fields can be not hard to get into, but if you've got crop destruction on, you ain't gaining with your combine and your header on the back. So the Fendt can run the header down, put it into position so the harvester can get into position, hook up, drive off with the header trailer, and then the harvester can go into the field. You know, we in the UK we don't necessarily always travel with the header attached to the back of the combine, drive into the field and then attach the header in the field. A lot of the times the header's taken into the field and then the combine attaches to the header and then moves off, and the header trailer's moved out of the way so the combine can get in and harvest the field, because they just don't have the room to be able to do all of that inside the field. It's all down to how the field's situated and where it's situated. But That's my little rant on the little fence and why my name's on it. You know, I put my name on it because see how many people get rid of it, and because it's the tractor that I would use on here. Now, obviously, if you start expanding your farm and then getting rid of replacing and your implements with the larger horsepower requirements, then the fence loses its place in the farm eventually. But right now, it's got more jobs than the Cedar, the JD and the Massey can do in in uh, in one way or another. So very useful. Feeding robot. All the animal pens have had their capacities reduced. So now when you drop anything in, it'd be easier just to show, wouldn't it? Of course, no feedback on the wheel. Because for some reason EasyDev Tools doesn't work with this, with the robot, for some reason. Fill with no. So no a. Yep. And I say the capacity's been changed. It has been changed, but it's still going to take quite a bit. Yet this trailer only holds 34,000 litres. You can see the pile growing. That's with 3 trailer loads going in. Something that you didn't see before. We'll put one more load in. In fact, what we could do is not do it like this. What we should do is, see, I don't need to do it like that, do I? Do it like this. Back. Feed. Trigger. Hello. Thank you. Saves having to get all pallets done and doing it that way. Only need the one load, the mineral feed. Get that out of the way. 3. And we'll just form bales and it'll be a little bit easier. We'll need that on though. You, no, you, no, you, yes. Square, no, round, because round can hold more. We want silage, presumably wrapped. Black. You get the idea. Plenty of that nice. There you go. So that robot feeder is all ready to go. And the robot feeder will happily the new capacity. Is there a way of doing it? Pallets, divisions, no. No. I think it's in here either, is it? Field stones, really? Maybe it was better or enhanced game settings that allowed me to do it. I don't know. Quality. Flexibles, don't want any of that. But anyway. We ain't got the money, have we? That would be very helpful. I'm sitting there going, why aren't the animals going up? This part takes a while. So I was looking for the way to increase how many animals you can buy in one go. So I used to have the option to do it, and I don't know. I don't think I've got the extra game settings in here. Only 500 more to go. Saving. Let's buy them. There we go. Finally got there. So, just to show, obviously, no food at all inside there. Not going to do this for every animal type, just the cows, because a lot of people go, well, feeding robot, does it work? Total capacity, 35,000. Oh, I've got animal grazing on, haven't I? Oops. But yeah, so bad example because of animal grazing. But yeah, with the robot will feed to the requirements of the animals. It just means like if I'd got sheep that have eaten the grass, But apparently somebody told the cows that it's time to eat. That'd be kind of them. Well, is there anything else? Well, yeah, I guess there is. There's a few things that have changed, texture-wise. But I will let you guys find them out for yourself. Now I've got the money, haven't I? I can leave here and go buy. As you can see, seeds and mineral feed in that one. Herbicide and liquid fert in that one. Obviously, fuel capacity hasn't changed or anything; it's still the same. But yeah, that's it, I think. It was always going to be a quick stream. It was meant to be a private stream, and that I would have the video scheduled to go live at some point, but I forgot to change it over. It was only ever going to be about maximum of 45 minutes in a way, but because I really do need to get to sleep. Hopefully that's give you an insight as to what currently is coming for Glenleathann. Things are subject to change still, but for now you've got a good idea of the direction I'm going, and hopefully it piques some interest in the production side of the game, because not all of us play with productions, and I'm one of them people. Hence the reason why I'm starting to look at getting into it with Riverview, or have been getting into it with Riverview. Talking about Riverview, no stream Wednesday. I wasn't here. Sorry, I was out. Was going to do a video yesterday, which would have been Thursday at the time, but things came up, and I got wrapped up in something else, and then Friday, obviously we had the Monkey Show stream, and tomorrow I'm busy, and Sunday we've got the Farm Sim stream. So maybe Wednesday, if nothing comes up, I'll be doing a review stream or video, one or the other. But that's it from me. Sorry, it's a short one. It was, like I said, it was meant to be a private stream, just to put the video out there. But yeah, I will catch you guys Sunday. Until then, take care, and